Yes, we're live, we're live, we're live. I am so excited to share with you my dear friend who actually started, believe it or not, as a client so many years ago.
Yeah.
Kerry Tepedino. Ladies and gentlemen, make a round of applause for Kerry Tepedino in the house.
Hey everyone, are you ready to have some fun? We're gonna have such a good training right now and just some motivation and light you up, and new decade, new year. Look, it's time, let's do this.
It's time. And as the title says, this is so true. We're going to be sharing and revealing, and maybe you're guessing at what it is. We're going to reveal that number one secret that is the driver for everything in your life. Your happiness, your health, your success, your relationships, your finances, everything. And this isn't just some nice woo-woo concept about this number one secret. It is the driver. And the more and more you realize it, the more freeing it is, and the more you can be proactive and intentional about it. So we're going to share with you what that secret is. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to also share with you how you can amplify that, ignite that in your life. And we'll share more about that coming in a moment. Now, first of all, Miss Kerry, let's just share a little bit about the journey with you, because it's so inspiring and it really shows so much about what we're talking about with The Secret, but also about business and certain things we have to be aware of, but also your evolutionary journey and what's possible. And then we're going to dive into what folks can do. Okay. So, Kerry, you came, what was it, 7 or 8 years ago, was it?
At least 8. I don't know, might have been more, but let's say probably at least 8 years ago. Maybe 7, yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, hello, Sal. Good to see you. We'll get some more folks on here that just now starting to come in. Good to see you. By the way, if you're coming in, share this broadcast. It's going to be so inspiring. It's going to absolutely ignite what's possible for you. It's actually very freeing when you really understand about The Secret. So, but with Kerry came, and she was recommended by our dear mutual friend, Shanda Sumter.
Oh, right, yeah.
We were working together. We had just begun, Bob and I at the time, now Bob and I are no longer together. Launch You Now became my own company, but Launch You Now at the time, where we would work with business leaders and create a calling card video that would basically say what you're about in the way that cuts through and gets your results. And at the time we thought, I had been thinking we're going to be creating the right type of video and approach and how they come across. But as Kerry and I were working, and Kerry, one of the things you said, and we're going to get to what happened, really shifted things for me in my business because it shifted viewpoint. But we worked with Kerry now Kerry started out as a holistic health practitioner. Brilliant results in her own life, brilliant results she was bringing to all those that she worked with. But she was struggling to get clients and was working to go to that next level. And it was frustrating because she had such incredible results. So we're going, well, what is your unique identifier? There's many holistic health practitioners out there. Kerry, you had said that when you work with people, you really work on that inner game, the mindset, not just what they need to do, but that conversation in one's head, right? And we nailed that point and brought that forward, and that distinction, it made all the difference in people getting the light bulb of realizing this is where I need to work. This is what's going to make the difference in my results as I put myself out there with what I want to do for health or what I want to do in my life. So just for fun, let's show the after. I could show the before, but this is really about where we're driving with the mindset, because also the point that she says in here is giving you that secret to what the secret is. And then we'll just be right up front with it. That cool? Is that all right there?
Yeah, let's do it. Hi, I'm Kerry Tepedino. Did you know that it's not you, but actually the conversation you have going on in your head that's controlling your weight and your health? How would it feel to eliminate that toxic conversation forever while dropping excess weight and getting into the best shape of your life? And what if it could actually be fun and easy? Yeah, so And so I had been in the health industry for about 20 years, or now at this point, 20 years. But at that point, and it was about 8 years ago, you're right. And I had moved from a brick and mortar to a virtual platform. And so that was the shift in the messaging that I hadn't locked in yet, is how to take this to a more of a global audience in a way that can be scalable. And it's completely, gone off the roof. It's totally scaled and it's awesome now. But the big thing that happened in that when we were working together in the messaging was the inner toxic conversation. Because what happens for so many people, and whether this is personally or professionally, like in your personal life or your professional life, or a hybrid of both, but if your mindset, if your mind is in that toxic conversation of, I can't, it's never going to work for me, I don't have the knowledge, everybody is doing it better than me, oh, I've missed the boat, oh, I'm too old, oh, I'm too young, whatever it is, we call it the monkey mind. And that monkey mind just loves to just like tell you all the reasons why you need to be stuck in the same old story, which when we boil that down, it's usually an I can't. It's some variation of an I can't story. And so, Lynn, when Bob and I were working together with that video, it was really about understanding, like, it's that toxic conversation that finds its way in between the thoughts that really gets in the way and then pushes people into procrastination, perfectionism, overindulgence, negative self-talk. It pushes us back into the old pattern, which is in our comfort zone. And once I was able to lock in, what we're really doing here is we're helping women. And gentlemen, we love you, so stay here. This message is for you. But I specifically am helping women worldwide. But when we can get in there and get in between the lines, almost in between the breath, that moment of hesitation where the monkey mind comes in and starts to pull you back into this story, where then you forget everything that you are and your confidence can slide and it just becomes a slippery slope. So once we really got, like, it's that toxic conversation that myself and my team are extraordinary at extracting to help people. So boom, they can launch into the next level of their life. And working with you and Bob at that time was when we really nailed that piece, like that piece about believing in yourself.
I always celebrate you, Kerry, because this made all the shift. Because even just then making that shift in your messaging to this point, made the shift in people's response and working with you. But you just made that little shift. And then from that point, once people got it and realized, oh, it's not just tell me what to do in health, I need to address the inner game. And in working with you, that's what they would get. Then they were all like clamoring to work with you. And within a month, you had filled up your coaching program. You had the Chopra Center calling you to work with their high-end clients. A TV show called you to host this national health potential to be seen to potentially host this TV show. So, that what we're bringing forward, though, is this number one secret. Now, what I love about that is that really made all the difference. And now here you are, 7 or 8 years later, and in a 7-figure thriving business that is changing people's lives daily.
Yes.
And it came initially from, shifting your own perspective of where you brought your focus. Then you realize, you know what? The real focus is this inner game. And that number one secret that we're referencing is mindset. It's mindset, not just the toxic conversation and healing those toxic conversations, but also then getting intentional, proactively shifting as you come up against obstacles or whatever that might be, all the ways that mindset plays. And I last weekend did the City Summit City Gala event, and I do them like twice a year. I MC them and speak for them. And they have billion-dollar business leaders, they have celebrities, they have top influencers, major CEOs, Priceline, Monster.com, you name it. And Tom Bilyeu of Quest Nutrition, billionaire, what he's created. And they all drive home the point that it is mindset that is everything. Or they could not have created what they created. They could have not stood through the fire. That all the rejection they had to face, all the issues, all the even betrayals, but to not get caught up in that, but be able to have that mindset be your engine. Mindset is the key.
Right. It's critical. And, you know, for me personally, I started off, as you know, 45 to 50 pounds heavier than I am today, full eating addiction, low self-esteem, just felt really down on myself. And this was a couple of decades ago. And through that healing, what I learned was if I didn't shift how I believe in myself, if I don't shift that piece, nothing else is going to work. Because and for all of our friends who are watching this, it's really like, if you look at your finances, if you look at your business, if you look at your clientele, if you look at your marriage or your most intimate relationship, if you look at your own health, your relationship to your spirituality, whatever that is, your parenting, your God parenting, if you look at all of these buckets in your life, then what's the common denominator? You. You're the common denominator.
Yeah.
So if any one of those buckets in your life isn't working, it's really not about that bucket not working. It's about, who am I being? What am I thinking? Because what you're thinking is absolutely influencing what you're doing on a consistent, repetitive basis. And what you're doing consistently is creating your habits, and your habits are directly impacting your results 110% of the time. Even for all of our friends who are watching this, look at the room you're sitting in right now. Is it a mess? Is it clean? Look at the state of your body. Is it overweight? Is it sick? Look at the state of your bank account. Is it dry? Like, what's happening there, right? So if anything in your life is off kilter, then instead of blaming the external circumstances outside of yourself, it's about, oh, okay, I get to own all the results that I'm getting in my life right now, and I get to own all the results I'm not getting in my life right now. And with that shift in mindset, what gets to happen to you is we get to take away victim, we get to take away martyr, we get to take away the blame game, not because we're putting you down, but because we're empowering you to be the source of everything. Everything. And so when you can totally claim that I am the source of all the results I'm getting in my life, and you put your focus where really it's blessed to be. Notice I didn't say it needs to be there. Nothing needs to happen. You get to do this work. You're blessed to do the personal development work. It's a blessing to do it. And so when you really shift that piece and you put the focus on you, which is, by the way, the most important ROI you will ever have. This is you are the most valuable investment you can ever make. Is on yourself. Because then from that place, all the other buckets get to go in from depletion or dry gets to go into overflow, to a point where you're not giving from a saucer that's half full, but you're giving, or a cup that's half full, but you're giving from a saucer because the cup has overflowed onto the saucer that you have so much more to give, right? So you get to give from the saucer, not the half empty cup. So
what I love, Kerry, is that was like that trajectory point of realizing that was your secret sauce. And then it was so much the secret sauce, and you realize other people were wanting to work with you around that, even though they didn't need to lose weight or deal with anything with health. You now directed your entire business around serving people on this core secret driver that is everything, which is mindset. I'm so excited because Kerry has a huge event that she's doing in San Diego end of this month. I'm going to get to MC it.
Yay! So
I'm
excited.
going to come full circle. We worked together at the beginning. You're now rocking it out there. Now you're bringing me on to work with you. It's wonderful. And it's just going to be fantastic. And she's also allowing, and this whole event called the Believe event is dedicated to create that core center that will drive your result. Now, just so you all know, this event is specifically for women, but our conversation right now is for women and men. Yes. So men, stay with us, but also men, you might want to share with the women in your life because of the difference this will make. All right, so go ahead, share with us the Believe event.
Well, okay, so what I will say right off the bat, like, yes, this is a women's only event, 21 years and older. With that being said, if our gentlemen friends, Jerry, whomever else is watching, gift the women in your life, whether I don't know if you have a daughter or a wife or a girlfriend or cousins or whomever it is, your best girlfriend, honestly, gift them this video as well. And what we're going to offer to Lynn's community, because here's what I know to be true. When we up level together as women, then we get to bring it back to our men. We get to bring it back to our sons, to our uncles, to our cousins, to our best guy friends. And I have had countless clients, husbands, boyfriends say, when is that next event you're going to with Kerry? Or when's that next call with Kerry and her team? Or, oh yeah, you did Kerry's program and I lost 30 pounds. No kidding, that happened multiple times. So it's like, when we do the work on ourselves, everybody gets to win. It truly does work that way. And so the Believe event is extraordinary. This is our 5th annual Believe event.
Wow.
And yeah, we've been doing it for 4 years. And we've put thousands of women through it to come in and do work where you will expedite your transformation, like stuff that maybe you've been working on for decades. I have seen it get cleared at the Believe event. Like just,
wow.
Okay. And we have it built in so that even though this is going to be this could be the event that changes everything for you, what I will say is we don't just leave it at that. We make sure that you know how to go back home into your regular day-to-day life where the dishes are waiting for you in the sink and the laundry is still thrown on the floor. And we help make sure that you know how to bring what you learned at this short 3 days, and you deserve a short 3 days to yourself, a girls' weekend, but that you know how to take this information and apply it so that you can change the trajectory of your life.
So great. Now I'm going to put up here the link. I had it up here a little earlier, but this link is a special link because it takes you to the site through the back door. That's why it says /Lynn, because Kerry's doing this for my community. Yeah. But instead of it being $600, which is nothing for this 3-day event that utterly changes your life and integrates this driver secret to now operate from this place to create the results you want and to transform. But you get to now come, instead of the $600 it would be, at less than a third of that, for $197 for the 3 entire days. And I'm like, that's kind of a no-brainer. Yeah. Results that can bring back to you, even just financially, but just it's priceless what that brings back to you in your happiness and your well-being and being able to let go of whatever heaviness or resentments or blocks. I mean, the power that is possible in your life when you're able to get to that place, which your event provides in those 3 days.
Right. And so if you're in a rock bottom place, come, because let's get you too good. If your life is already really good, like mine, I have a great life, I will always still surround myself with mentors and programs and structure like this so that I can go from good to extraordinary. So there really is something in the room for everybody.
Yes. And when we have a commitment to constant and never-ending growth and evolution, you all the more get to power your mindset. And so I think those that understand your life's already rocking, but you're ready to go into a hot spot of amplifying it even more, come on down. Or you got some blocks you've been working on, you've tried all these different things. This is the event that could shift everything for you and who you might meet as well.
Yeah, and I want to say to that, we only have 19 seats left.
Oh.
So that's a really important thing to say. Yeah. Like, I know that we're putting this link up and it sounds like there's like all of you guys, I know Lynn has thousands and thousands of friends, but the truth is the fire marshal watches us like a hawk every year. And so when the room is full, it's full. And so we already have about 180 women registered. And so if this is something that's calling on your heart and pulling on your heart, I'm not kidding when I say the seats are limited. Yeah. And so you do want to just jump on this. Don't wait on the bench. Don't be a bench warmer. Don't wait on the fence. Like, just do whatever it takes and allow yourself to raise your hand and be a bigger yes to the vision that you have in your life, creating a roadmap to get it, and then learning how to have the ultimate follow through So you change the trajectory of what's not working and you amplify what is.
That's so great. Well, the event's coming up, so you can literally take action now. It is February 28th through March 1st in San Diego. And in fact, I love, you go to this link here, just go to the link, even if you can't, I mean, hopefully you can go and you'll find a way to get there, but just go check out this link. It's inspiring just coming to your site, I swear. And when you then scroll down, it says the content. Day 1 is the vision. Uncover what your big vision is for your life in 2020. You want to get intentional? We're in a new decade. Bam, we're going to get that intentional place. Day 2, the roadmap. Design the roadmap to get you there. And day 3, the follow through. Learning the tools and strategies to integrate what you've learned and how to use them to implement your roadmap to achieve your vision. And the vision means that vision of who you are and who you are being and what you are calling forth. But in order to call forth what you want in your vision, you have to have this piece so aligned and calibrated, which you do throughout the 3 days. And I just think this is such an important event. That's why I'm like, Kerry, I'm so excited. We've got to share with the community. I want to also amplify your choice in taking action. You heard about what, in working with Kerry, my specialty is like you come with a cloud of confusion, we can get that clarity, and then we can know what your message driver is that's going to make all the difference and turn around your results, as it did for Kerry in the beginning. I mean, now she's on you of all you've created since then. But I'm able to take even just in 1 hour and have a power hour and drive home with the clarity, direction, messaging, or if it's around your speaking that you need. And so I'm going to offer, what I do normally is I offer a first time one-on-one with me, discounted at half off. And then in that 1 power hour, we drive home all what you might need specifically. And then we, if you want to apply it towards further work or something that I have, we can then apply it. And that's just the first time at half off. I'm normally $600 an hour, but that you can get at $297 for that 1 hour. Well,
and it is well worth it. So just speaking from, I've worked with Lynn personally, and it's well worth it to have, highly professional, well-trained eyes on your work so that you can just stop spinning and streamline your process and get to that message, amplify what you're wanting to do, whether that's in a presentation or your tagline or whatever you guys decide to do together, and just save yourself the time, money, and heartache, and just, get support.
Right. Yeah. As soon as, it's mind blowing as soon as someone then maybe takes that, putting that investment out there and then being able to connect those dots. What you then generate, it just makes that insignificant compared to what you're able to create as a result. But what I'm going to do is, if you go for the Believe event, which as a woman, obviously as a man, share with women in your life because of how powerful that is and the difference it'll make for you and how, as they come on the other side of it too. But if you then go to the Believe event, you register and you actually show up at the Believe event, because we got to actually show up, right? Then you get the 1 hour with me, which you go to Ready, Aim, Success to do that. And I'll put that up there in a moment. I will then give 2 bonus 1 hour sessions. So you'll get basically $1,200 worth of consultation with me in these 2 power hours for, $297. And you're getting to go to Kerry's event, which is normally $600 for $197. So literally you could have a powerhouse of you're getting your inner game and your outer game together. You got it nailed. And you can do that for under $500. That is normally would have been $1,800 to do separately or on its own. And so you would go to readyaimsuccess.com. That's where you can get that session. If you do that, and then when you go to Kerry's event, the-believe-event, it's up there we are, /Lynn, and you need that link so you can access this, only a third of the rate to be able to go. Then for less than $500, you have the powerhouse package to support you. So that's how much I believe in what Kerry is doing in her event. And I want to really make this so you are supported in every way.
Yeah, and so for all of our friends, I see we have a ton of people here with us. And what I would say to that is, it's not a luxury to take care of yourself. I know a lot of women consider it a luxury to do self-care or to put aside time for their mindset development or their emotional mastery or their relationship to themselves. And what if you actually put that as a priority and you built your life around taking care of yourself? I don't know why women have started to or tend to put it as a luxury, and I'll get to me next. You know, I'll get to the kids and the grandkids and my business and all that, and then I'll get to me. Get to you now first, and then pour that into your message so you can have impact and influence. Like the two, like what Lynn and I do together and what's going to happen for you at that event and then post-event with Lynn is extraordinary. And so if there's anything in your heart, like if you have any desire, if this is pulled on your heart in any way, that is a sign to be a yes. If there's something that's nervous within you, that's definitely also a sign to be a yes. Because we get nervous or scared right before a big transformation is about to happen. And so maybe that fear is fear of being seen, fear of being heard, fear of getting my message out there, fear of what if I start to succeed and then I fail, fear of what if people, you know, like what if I'm going to be more visible, or whatever that is that could be holding you back. The combination of these two things, believe, and then the calls around your amplifying your
supporting the business.
Yeah, it's such a huge gift to give to yourself, but not just yourself, for the people who are waiting for you to step up and be amplified. And so they can believe in themselves, but you can't give away what you don't have. So coming to the Believe event is really like and especially for all of you, like I attract so many doctors and nurses and other coaches and fitness trainers and as my clients. And it's like heal thyself first. And that doesn't mean you have to be in the medical or holistic spaces. I mean, we are all healers if we're in a stance of service, even if that is like personally at home parenting or grandparenting, right? And so walking through the door for yourself to feel whole, to feel grounded, to feel empowered, to feel excited about your life and your message, like then you have something to give away, right? But you can't give away what you don't have. You just, I mean, maybe you can for a little while, but it won't be sustained. You know, it doesn't matter how famous you are, no matter how famous, rich, skinny, beautiful, brilliant, whatever that you are, none of us escape life. Life is happening to all of us, right? And so then it's not about escaping the chaos or the full plate or anything like that. It's about who are we in the face of it, right? Who are we in the face of adversity? Who are we? And one person's adversity is relative to the next, right? I mean, one person's stress sitting in traffic driving to work might be equivalent to another person's stress for a scary diagnosis. It's all relative. So it's not about, oh, their stress is bigger or their life is, it's not about that. It's about who are you being? Who have you learned to be in the world for yourself, for your inner circle, and your circle of influence? And then what's really fun is then we get to start talking about legacy, right? And so this is really focused on who do you get to be as the source of everything in your life? And then once you get through Believe and you get these skills and these tools, either you get them or you get them on a deeper level from the Believe event. And then you're ready, boom, to amplify.
You can look back on that time as when the whole trajectory of your life and business changed.
Right. And we have women fly in from everywhere. We've had Australia, Canada, all across the US, Sweden, Switzerland, Spain. I'm just trying off the top of my head to remember. I mean, we have women who have flown in from everywhere. So New Zealand. So just like, again, it's about if we really want something, we will always find a way. But if there's anything in the way that holds you back, don't put it off till tomorrow, because research shows that I don't know, I'm going to throw this out. I don't know, don't quote me on this, but let's say 80% of people who say I'm going to do it tomorrow, or 90% of people never do it. And then there you are, 5 months later, a year later, 3 years later, 5 years later, and nothing has gotten better, and probably it's gotten harder.
Yeah. So let's wrap up now, because we want to, we want you guys, please share this with those in your life, man or woman, because of how powerful this event is, and so accessible. And thank you so much for giving to my community for a third of what it normally is, which again, you have to access through this link that we're showing. I'll be there emceeing. So if you're there, we're going to come and give a hug. Also, if you want to really like powerhouse this, then also go, besides the Believe event, make sure you get yourself in there, and then go to readyaimsuccess.com and book that, so that you get that at half off of what my normal rate is for a power hour. And then I'll give you 2 power hours. So now under $500, you'll have that inner game and that outer game rocking. So
yeah,
take those actions and move that forward. And Kerry, anything else you want to say? And just as we close and encourage folks, number one secret is that mindset, and hopefully you get and see and realize that. And if you want to be able, as a woman, to have 3 days that will utterly transform and get you into that who you are being, and uncover and launch and up level and everything and amplify, then this is for you. But anything you would like to say as we close out?
And we do a ton of gifts, a ton of training material. I mean, like, really, it is really hard to put in words, but there is nothing like Believe. There is not another conference or retreat. Like, think of this as the ultimate girls' weekend, where everything changed for you. And definitely come find me in person when you get there, and let me know, oh, I saw you and Lynn, on that live, and let me know that you're from Lynn's community. Of course, Lynn's gonna want you to find her too. And come find us personally, because we wanna give you a huge hug and welcome you to the family. And I'm committed like crazy to stand for you to have the life that you want.
Oh, that's so great. I'm going to say one of my favorite quotes in closing, and then if you have a favorite quote or just whatever, we'll then say our goodbye. But one of my favorite quotes is, it's never too late to become who you might have been. It's never to become who you might have been, or to unbecome who you, right? So it doesn't matter where you are in life, what's happened or come before. You get to claim who you are to be and what you want your life to be this moment forward. And you have the power to make that shift. And here's an incredible way to be supported for that shift. There's nothing that has to stand in your way. Nothing.
Amen. Amen, sister.
That is your superpower.
Yeah. Game time. That's my quote. Game time. It's game time.
I love it. I love it. Well, if you're watching, I hope it's game time for you, and you go and you take that action, and boy, will you be rewarded. And then reach out to us. We're here to support you. And hopefully in this period of time, you really help that anchor in. Who are you being as you go through the rest of your day to day? Keep this in front and center, and really look at that. And where's your mindset going? What are those thoughts you're not even aware are going off? And then you catch it, and then you can shift it into what's going to better serve you, and get your support at the believe-event.com/Lynn.
Yeah, I'll see you guys there. I'll see you there.
We're going to have so much fun. I'm so honored. I'm so excited to be able to be with you through that event. I look forward to seeing whoever comes through us sharing here. And Kerry, I love you so much. You're so inspiring. What an example of possibility, from where you were to what you've built and created intentionally, what you show is possible. It's such a joy to know you and to see that, and I'm so grateful.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. I love you too. We've been through a lot together, sister. And we have our whole life ahead of us, and I know that you're going to be a friend, a forever friend. So we're lifers. I
love it, lifers. All right, you guys, have a rockin' day. Remember the mindset, and we hope we see you at the Believe event.
Bye, everyone.